Furry only has one R. I know this. I know this. A lot of times when I make these challenge videos, I find myself feeling a deep sense of regret halfway through the challenge. But this video is different. I haven't even started this challenge, and I already regret it so much. The challenge in this video is simple. I'm challenging myself to write a short story. There's no word count limit, but the more words, the better. The story must be coherent with a beginning, middle, and ending. Where the challenge comes in is I'll be using the worst writing software ever created, and that software is called Fromsoft Word.
So for the most part, Fromsoft Word is just your typical word editor. You can type into it, you can add words. When you're done with your story, you can go ahead and export it so you can save it onto a file. Pretty standard stuff. If anything, it's a little simpler than other Word documents, except for the fact that when you do make a spelling error of any sort, Fromsoft Word will delete your document. That's right. If you make one spelling error, it's all gone. Yeah. And yeah, I had a lot of words deleted during this challenge. This program truly showed no mercy. This software, or game as I should really say, was inspired by From Software. They are a Japanese gaming studio known for creating some of the hardest games ever created.
If you've ever heard of Elden Ring, Bloodborne, or Dark Souls, they're the ones who created it. Now, FromSoft Word wasn't created by From Software. Instead, it was created by indie developers and published on itch.io. Itch.io is an awesome marketplace where you can find indie games and also participate in game jams. When I do finally create that text-based horror game I promised, and I create that writer simulator, you'll find it on itch.io. But yeah, after watching this video, you probably won't want to, but if you do want to check out FromSoft Word, it's going to be linked below. Now let's write this short story. So before getting into writing the short story for this challenge, I decided to play around a little bit with FromSoft Word to kind of get a feel for what it likes and what it doesn't. At least that's what I was trying to do for like 3 minutes, and I just decided to try to break the game. And pretty quickly, I did find a way to cheat. FromSoft Word is only checking to see if you're making typos. In other words, if you just type the word A over and over again, you can build up a pretty high final score. I've also noticed that when you delete words, it does not subtract from your final score. Unfortunately, I did not challenge myself to get a high score in FromSoft Word. I challenged myself to write a short story in FromSoft Word. To make this challenge as interesting as it can possibly be, I'm not allowing myself to export the words I've written until I'm finished with the entire story. No checkpoints, as the game was intended to be played. Also, because I hate myself, I guess, I'm not allowing myself to create an outline. My biggest concern going into this challenge is I'm a terrible speller. I constantly get bashed in group chats because I regularly misspell words that like a 12-year-old can spell with no problem. I've never been a good speller. I remember back in the 4th grade, I would get like 60s on my spelling test and be happy. But I'm just stalling at this point. It's time for me to write a story on FromSoft Word. Okay, so in my first attempt, I was able to write 73 words before I misspelled the word surprise. Apparently, there's only one P in the word surprise. Yeah, it's only been one attempt, but it's already becoming very obvious how much I rely on spell check. How did ancient writers do it? Okay, this is actually kind of crazy. I've lost this challenge 2 times in a row. I've attempted it 2 times. And both times I've ended on word 73 and on the word surprise. Both times I failed to spell the word surprise. I'm really kicking myself here because I really should have looked up the word surprise after like the first time I spelled it wrong. I felt this wave of anxiety too. I knew I was going to use the word surprise. I knew it was coming up. But I knew that the first time I spelled it with 2 P's, so this time I was going to spell it with 1 P. How do I spell surprise? New rule, every time I spell a word wrong, I'm going to Google how to actually spell the word. Huh. So there's only 1 P, but there's an R. Surprised. Surprised. I don't think I've ever spelled it like that. There's a small part of me that thinks the internet is just gaslighting me right now. It's small, but it's there. After all, it's 2 words. As angry as I was about the surprise one because I just did not know how to spell that word, I feel like I'm more upset with getting after all wrong because I know that those are two different words. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I forgot to press the space button or if I'm so focused on telling the story that I'm forgetting to focus on the typing, but yeah, that's a mistake I shouldn't make. Let me tell you too, it is so frustrating when like you're in a train of thought and the screen just cuts to black and everything is just poof, gone. This challenge is gonna make me go insane. Before my fourth attempt, I thought it'd be a good idea to stop and tell you guys about the short story I'm attempting to write. If you watch my vlogs, you'd know that recently I've been working very hard on my work in progress, Operation Arc, title in progress. That's not what I'm writing today. Recently, I've been taking working on Operation Arc very seriously, and while that's been amazing for my progress on Operation Arc, I haven't really had the time to work on some of my more fun projects. In particular, I've been kind of ignoring some of my Wattpad projects. One of the projects I've definitely been neglecting is Welp Now What. Without wasting too much time, Welp Now What is a series of short stories I posted on Wattpad, and the general concept is there's an asteroid coming at the planet, and out of nowhere it disappears, and then people have to react to the fact that all the things they did when they thought the world was ending now have consequences. So I thought for this challenge it would be fun to go back and revisit Welp Now What. In this particular story, I'm writing about a man who locked himself in a bunker before the asteroid hit, and now he doesn't know that it didn't hit. If I do somehow finish a short story in this challenge, I'll be sure to link it below. Although, if I'm being honest, at this point, I do not have much faith that I'm going to be able to complete this challenge. I'm going to get back into it. That was a careless one. Stretch, I forgot the T. On the bright side, I hit a high score of 146 words. On the other hand, I just lost 146 words. I cannot describe the pain I feel when the fatal typo screen pops up. You know what, though? I can do this. If I can just concentrate, I already wrote like 146 words. This is clearly doable. I think the story I'm trying to write is going to be around 1,000 words, so I just have to do that 6 times consecutively without making a mistake. The funny thing, too, is I haven't even gotten close to the end of the story yet. I've just been writing the beginning of the story over and over and over again. By the time I get to the end of the story, the beginning is going to be so polished compared to the end. It's gonna be something. I keep on saying when, but in reality, it's if. It's if I get to the end of this story. Whoever made this game, I hate you. So I have a new high score of 174 words, which is great, I guess. It just really sucks. I just lost 174 words. Oh. You know what? I didn't really know how to spell that word either. I was kind of sounding it out. Starting now, I'm taking no chances. If I don't know how to spell the word, I'm not using it. Mere, mere, M-E-A-R, M-E-A-R. No, no, that's horse crap. Are you? So I just hit a new high score of 246. Also, I apparently found out that Texas is a typo. See, this one really pissed me off because this is the first time that I actually didn't even make a mistake. Texas? Texas? How is Texas not in there? Fromsoft Word obviously isn't perfect. Moving forward, it's clear that I'm going to have to be very careful when it comes to naming places and naming characters. Fortunately, the story is taking place within a character's mind, so I don't really have to use a name. But in that last attempt, I used Texas as a way to kind of describe the size of an asteroid, And now I have to restart. Deep breaths. Isolation is a tough word. I'll give myself a pass on that one. I feel like I'm getting really frustrated just sitting at my desk right now. I think I'm going to try to write somewhere else and see if maybe I can get more words done. The worst part, too, is I'm actually enjoying writing the story, but I can't get through anywhere because I keep on messing up. It's a writing challenge. It's not supposed to be easy.
So I tried and failed a couple more times, and now the sun is coming up, so I think it'll be best if I get some sleep and then wake up in the morning and try to get the story written without any typos.
So it's morning or afternoon, I guess. After a few more attempts last night, I decided I was getting way too tired, and tired brain is not good at not making mistakes. Is that a sentence? I didn't sleep that well, probably because this challenge is the only thing I can think of right now, so I'm just gonna get right back to it. It can't get any worse, right? Last night I failed this challenge 13 times. Hopefully this time I can get it in 1 or 2 takes. I mean, I know that's not gonna happen, but one can hope. Okay, 202 on my first try today. Not so bad. I figured I'd need some sort of warm up before I actually got it today. The mistake was pretty careless, though. I spelled listen with an M. I think a problem I'm noticing is for like the first 100 words, I'm very focused on not making a mistake. But then once I start to get into the story and I start continuing to write it, I forget that the whole point of this is not to make a mistake, and I focus too much on creating the story and not enough about not making errors. Like I really catch myself just working too quickly. I am not a great typer, and I was typing way too quickly around word 200. You learn from it. You learn from it. Furry only has one R. I know this. I know this. As much as it sucks that screens go black when you know you were trying to spell a word that you were unsure about, what feels even worse is when you're just writing, getting in a groove, and all of a sudden it just goes black. Because it's like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And it's always something stupid. I just tried to use the word myself, and instead of using the letter Y, I accidentally used a U. The worst part is because of the funky font, I didn't even realize I messed up until it showed me. No. So on my 19th attempt, I failed on the word uninteresting, and it wasn't really a big deal. I only wrote about 40 words that attempt. But what kind of sucked was I actually liked the way I opened the story that time. At this point, I've opened this story like 19 different times, and there are some times where I open it and I'm like, this kind of sucks. I wouldn't really mind if I lost. And there are other times where I'm like, this is so good. Just keep going. And it really sucks when you have like a good thing going and it all gets erased. You know what they say, 20th time's a charm. 20 attempts, 20 fails. That one was just purely careless. I spelled the with a J. At this point, I feel like I'm beginning to get frustrated, which does not help with the challenge. And this may take many more attempts, so that frustration is only going to grow, and with more frustration comes more mistakes. Every few attempts, I think I'm going to step away for a few minutes and just clear my head. Because otherwise, I'm going to explode. Like, I am actually going to explode. To the developers who created this game, 1, really good job. 2, go to hell. If this is how it feels to fail around word 200, I don't even want to know how it's going to feel. You know what? I'm not going to manifest it. I don't know how it's going to feel if I fail around word 500 because I actually think I would cry. I already kind of feel like crying. If I lose 500 words for one stupid typo, you know what? I'm not even going to think about it. Just focus, just write the story. This next attempt is the one. This is the one. I feel it. This is gonna be the one. Yeah, that manifesting did not work. I failed 15 words in. We have a new high score, 274 words. I spelled loneliness with a Y. This one hurts. This one really, really hurts. I'm not gonna lie, after 25 attempts, it is beginning to become a little bit concerning that I can't seem to break that 300 word threshold. Especially considering I'm getting the feeling that this story is gonna be above 600 words. So I'm gonna have to do that twice, and I can't even do it once. I'm lowballing it with 600 words too. It's likely gonna be around 1,000. I don't know if this was fun before, but it definitely is not fun anymore. You know what, though? I made it 274 words in. I can do this. I just need to focus. I need to dial in. And you know what? If I come across a word that I'm not confident in, I just need to pick a different word. The story doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to finish it. On attempt 27, I was 126 words in when I once again made a mistake spelling the word existence. Mistakes like these at this point are absolutely killing me. I can't keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. This is actually exactly how I feel when I play the actual From Software games like Dark Souls, which is exactly why I don't play them. Seriously, how do people enjoy those games? Video games are supposed to be fun. Writing is supposed to be fun. I'm sure you're having fun right now. Welp, I have a new high score. I just reached 363 words. And then I misspelled vaporized, and poof, they were all vaporized into nothing. That run really sucked, but at the same time, it is showing me that I am making positive progress, and as a result, this challenge is possible. I don't even want to know how many words I've lost so far. Don't worry, I am going to count at the end of the video. I don't want to know, but I have to. This better go viral. It's not each other, it's each other. Each other. 460 words in. I was 460 words in. I could literally taste the ending. I was almost there. 1,000 words gone like that. I'm really trying to come up with the bright side here, and I can't think of one. I'm losing it. You know what? Last time I wrote 363 words. This time I wrote 420 words. I'm clearly trending in the right direction. This next one might be the one. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I really feel it. I feel like this is the one. Ugh. Lucky number 30. Lucky number 30. Yeah, attempt 30 was not the best. I lasted for 36 words, so much for all that optimism. Yeah, break's a good idea right now. So, I just enjoyed a nice dip in the pool. I got some emotional support from the doggo, and now it's time for me to see if I can finally finish this story. At this point, this is as calm as my head is gonna get. funny, after I hit around 460 words, I felt like I kind of had a gist of this challenge. Nope, I just misspelled police twice in the past 3 tries. Police. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I just want to get this over with. At this point, too, the way I'm wired, I'm not going to be able to do anything until I finish this challenge. It is now 11:30. I took some time to watch the presidential debate, which was somehow worse than this challenge, and
It had to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
anyway, this is about to be my 50th attempt. It's getting late, but I do not want to go into another day of this challenge. To be honest, I did not think this was going to go that bad. I honestly thought I'd be editing this right now. I can finish this right now. I just need to focus. Just focus. I really thought attempt number 50 was going to be the last one. I know I've said that a couple times, but I was 360 words in. I was feeling it. I was beginning to wrap up the story, which is a little earlier than I've wrapped up the story before, but it felt right. And then, bam. I forgot to press space and I meshed 2 words together. I was thinking too much about how I was going to wrap up this video and not focusing on actually finishing the writing. That one jump scared me. I did not expect it at all. On my 55th attempt on word 359, I misspelled the word maybe again. I keep on clicking a V instead of a Y on the word maybe, and it's really hard to tell on first glance. By the time I notice it, I already click space. No. I really cannot put into words how much it hurts when you lose this challenge around word 300 or 400. I just want this to be over. Oh my god. I did it. I did it. I'm done. I'm going to very carefully push the export button before I write the end to make sure that I save this. I did it. I exported the file. I have it right here. Wow. I cannot describe the weight that has just been lifted off my shoulders. I did it. I have conquered Fromsoft Word. Yeah. So the final word count is 626 words. Now that the story is officially on Wattpad for shits and giggles. Womp womp. So yeah, after 56 attempts, I finally completed writing an entire short story on Fromsoft Word. The final word count was 626 words, and the total amount of words I lost during my first 55 attempts added up to be 5,906 words. During this challenge, I had 5,906 words erased. Holy crap, that's a lot of words. You know what though, now that I've finished this challenge, I can laugh about it. Actually, I can't. This has been an awful experience. That being said, if you want to try this out for yourself, I'm going to link Fromsoft Word below. If you do end up trying it out for yourself, be sure to come back here and tell me what your highest score was. Who knows, maybe if it's higher than my score, I'll have to come back and try this again. I'm pretty sure I'll never do this again, but we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching this video of me suffering. Please, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. I really earned it with this one. And if you have any fun or awful writing challenges you want to see me try in the future, be sure to comment them below, because there's a good chance I will do them. I mean, I did this one. What could be worse than this? I'm going to go lie down now. I think I've earned it.